Please.
Okay, you're all done.
Okay, good evening. This is the Rutland Town Planning Commission. It's January 8th of 2026, our first meeting for this year. And let's start the meeting with a pledge of allegiance. Thank you. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States, to the republic,
Which
one nation, God, indivisible,
is more
with justice for all.
Watching, yes, they did used to say it. Your God.
I don't may do it.
Okay, Dana is here now.
Yeah.
So,
It was the
welcome.
1950s. I'd scare implementation.
Okay, so we have, we've got Dana Peterson, Henning Kane, Howard Burgess, Sherman Hunter, and myself for regulars. And so. Both of the alternates, Norm and Demetrio, can vote tonight. Is that right?
Emerson, Jerry, and Mary Beth.
Right. Okay, approval of the agenda.
I have no idea why. I have no idea why.
Move to approve the agenda.
Okay, so second.
Second. Do what best I can.
Okay, any discussion?
Are there any items that need to move or
I
be
think so.
adjusted?
For the board. Microphones are not working.
The microphones are working, your headphones are not.
I have, yeah.
Okay, so we'll speak up. Everyone speak up for Norm's sake. Any discussion? All those in favor of the agenda as is? Say aye.
All right.
Okay, no public here or online. Really no new business either. So we'll go down to old business and the subdivision bylaw, which I would very much like to get through tonight and send that along to the town attorney. And then move it, allow some time for that process and then get it to the select board. So you all should have the latest revisions. In black on the cover page, it says 9.225 draft with 12.2025 revisions. Okay. And let's just go through page by page again. I don't think this should take too long. And Bill, you can get rid of all of the yellow highlighting now, I believe. So Norm went through this with a fine tooth comb, and I'm not sure any of the others. But the first one I think we should address is, it's a typo in the definitions on line 92. So it says, makes progress toward attaining, comma, or at least does not interfere with, comma, the goals and policies. Actually, that comma I think belongs.
Yeah, it did. I crossed it out the second time.
Okay.
Quick question.
Yeah.
Lines 50 through 56, is that just part of what we have here for editing, where it says sections 1 through 7?
Logan's draft. He had section 1, section 2. That's there for cross-reference.
Okay,
So if you have the
So-
original from Logan, that's what that means. That will not be there.
okay,
in the
Okay.
end.
that was just my question.
Yep.
Okay. Norm, do you still want to bring up line 116, the definition of subdivision?
It no, this is up to you. You have more knowledge and if you have a question, 116,
You.
no, I looked at that again and I thought it was okay.
Okay. All right, so let's not even mention it. On line 145, which is in section 2D, the parcels leased for ag purposes as defined by the state of Vermont, blah, 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 or for forestry purposes, in either case where no construction, establishment, installation, or extension of any public or private road or utility or any public improvement will occur. These are the exemptions, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So do we need the in either case? I think we can go either way. Anyone have a strong opinion?
You mean is D necessary?
No, we want to keep D in there. It's just line 145, that one clause in either case.
Not
Where is this
confusing.
now? Line 145?
145.
I don't think it adds anything,
Yeah,
because if you take it out, it just reads parcels leased for agricultural purposes or for forestry purposes. For no construction establishment, installation or extension of any public.
it actually reads better.
Yeah.
Or
It
any
reads easier without it.
Yeah, it does. So Bill, let's take out in either case.
After, okay, start, so after purposes, period.
No.
Or for forestry purposes, comma, where no construction establishment, blah,
Oh,
blah,
okay.
blah.
Just in either case.
Yep.
Gotcha.
And then down in E in line 148, this is just a straight typo.
Okay.
It shouldn't be plural. It's just a court order,
Where are you? I'm sorry.
148.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. I think we're okay in severability now, right, Norm?
Yeah, it's just a matter of how you're doing it.
I mean, it is a bit redundant with the Rutland Town Subdivision Bylaw, but what the heck?
I just thought it read better. It said if it read easier. It's substantively, it's no difference at all. But if any part of this bylaw, rather than Rutland Town Subdivision Bylaw,
Oh, okay, yep. If any part of this bylaw, Bill,
This,
where are we again?
so we're taking,
Severability.
yeah, 149, line 149, if any part of this bylaw,
Sorry to jump back to D. Just want to make sure I'm understanding it correctly. Like, let's say you had forestry come in. Would they be able to put in a trail to get into the property if they had to do like clearing and stuff?
if they met the required act,
Ag purpose?
no, the forestry practices.
Okay. That's the only thing I saw. It's like any private road or utility, you know, it's like, well, you had a significant amount of land and you were gonna use forestry for it. Would that prevent you from doing it because you can't install? But probably not an issue.
And we're only talking about exemptions here.
Yeah,
So if they're not doing it and it's not going to be public, then it is exempt.
it's like a double negative. Like, here's the exemptions and then, all right.
Yeah,
Just a second, if I may. In that same 149, did you take out, in the next to last line, Rutland Town Subdivision again, so it should read as it did in the previous paragraph? Top part of the sentence.
weekend. So Will not affect the validity of the remaining portions of this bylaw.
Yeah.
Which provisions shall remain in full force and effect.
Right.
Okay, Bill?
Okay.
Okay.
I'm
Okay,
sorry, what is the change?
in both cases, we're taking out the Rutland Town subdivision.
That's it.
Yeah, and just putting in this.
This file, yep. Okay.
Howard, you okay?
Yep.
Okay. Section 3, line 161, A subdivision. Norm, remind me, the division of a lot or parcel of land in two more lots. This is two more lots or other division of land for sale, conveyance, development, or lease. That is considered a subdivision, and we haven't defined what minor and major is yet.
So
I
what's the
just,
question?
I just was wondering about the word other division of land. What it meant. If a division of a lot or parcel into two or more lots. And I just couldn't figure out what other division of land meant.
I think you have a good point.
Suppose the division includes something that is not parcel.
Such as,
I don't know, a buffer zone or a public space, or I'm not sure. I mean, I'd ask Howard to chime in is to see if there are any other
Yeah, what would
Uh,
another division of land be?
that's what I'm asking.
that's what my question is.
So land for conveyance, so we have a request proposal from a development to take over their road. And they are going to have to subdivide out the road to the town. That would be something,
It'll be a-
other division of land for sale or
No.
conveyance.
Okay. let's
All right,
leave it
you got an
in
example, that's good.
Thank you.
there. Oh, just another typo in C, line 168 of capitalized bylaw. This bylaw.
Should be this, yeah.
No,
and-
she's talking about just taking the B and making it a capital.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just being consistent with this bylaw.
Yeah.
Section 4, another typo-ish, line 180. B. So these are the requirements for applicants. So we need adjoining property owner names. We can substitute and tax parcel numbers. Instead of saying again, adjoining property tax parcel numbers.
So
Okay.
take the semicolon out, take the adjoining properties possessive out and put in and.
Yeah.
Okay.
Norm, do you still have an issue on section 4D, line 182, about waivers? I mean, it's,
I thought it might be clearer, although substantively it doesn't make any difference. If it read instead of specific requirements, et cetera, specific provisions of this bylaw. Which I,
Put line over again.
182, going 183. It identifies, say that again, Norm?
I thought rather than say specific requirements or standards, specific provisions of this bylaw makes more sense.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. waiver request in writing, if any, that identifies the specific provisions of this bylaw.
Yep.
For which the waiver is requested.
Yep.
So what's it gonna read?
Take out, after identifies the specific, take out requirements or standards.
Okay.
And replace that with provisions of this bylaw.
Okay.
Okay?
Which the waiver is.
Some more typo-ish stuff in the same section, line 188. We've got a semicolon when we can just put a comma there. After road profiles,
That's correct, yes.
road, comma, intersection, comma, and parking, geometry and construction. And Norm, you're wondering whether geometry should be the word layout.
So road profiles, comma. And what,
Then road, comma. These
now I'm confused.
are supporting documents,
All points for road profile.
which would, if applicable, road profiles, road, the intersection, and parking area, layout and construction.
Rather than geometry.
Yeah, I'm not sure how geometry got in there. Might be an engineering
No,
thing,
well,
but
normally you have roadway geometry as a word. Like roadway geometry, like that way, like,
I
there's a
can't hear you,
slope.
I'm sorry.
Oh, roadway geometry. So that's like something you account for, but yeah, parking area geometry. I think they're trying to tack that on with road. Yeah,
So it's road intersection and parking area geometry.
well, yeah.
So the controlling word is really road, going back to road. So anything that's related. That's probably why the semicolon was there,
should, yeah.
because you put a semicolon
Okay.
in technically when you're separating
Yeah.
items that include commas within them.
Yeah.
That's why that semicolon should be left if you're leaving road intersection and parking area geometry as a unit.
Also, road profile and road are part of each other, right?
Yeah,
I just think what it's saying is the road profile is the overarching thing, and within that, they want the road intersection and parking area geometry and construction.
okay.
Then I would change
So
the
we leave-
semicolon
we
to a
leave-
colon
That's what I was
Yeah.
gonna say. That's,
Yeah.
and leave the rest alone.
yeah.
Because now you're linking road geometry to parking and intersection geometry.
Yeah.
And just leave it alone.
Are
So-
we putting periods after sentences or? Sorry.
So
Yeah.
geometry now relates to
Road geometry.
Road
road
profiles.
intersection and parking area.
Yep.
So
Would design be a better word?
He says that that's a specific term and I think we should leave it alone.
Like roadway geometry, it's design. I mean, when you start saying design, then you're starting to talk about like an engineer being involved, and it's
Yep.
like really you don't really need that if you're pulling a string line to make sure the water is going to pitch away from your house and
Right.
onto the
Okay.
gutter in the road.
All right. Thank you.
So the only change is the after road profiles, it's a colon.
And so normally, once again, I'm getting into nitpicking stuff. If you have a number of items in a list, each end point is a semicolon and a period ends the last
Yeah.
entry item. So
Even
if we're gonna be consistent, put semicolons at the end of any bulleted list, like Roman numeral 1, 2, 3, 4. When you get down to Roman numeral 6, you put the period, which is already there if applicable. But everything else should be separated by a semicolon because all of those,
MLA.
I think so. I'll ask my wife. She makes distinctions between MLA and APA, and I just go with what I think is right. Not differentiating between the two. But she could phone me on it.
So Bill, that's a much larger project than what we're going through right now.
So, what do you want me to, how do you want me to change it?
whenever we have,
So look at G, Bill.
Yep.
G, you have a colon to start that off, and then you have, Roman numeral 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Yep.
At the end of each bulleted item, normally you put a semicolon because those are, elements in a list. They're separated, they're separating other items that contain commas. And then the final one has a period because that's the end of your.
So six gets a period, the other one gets semicolons.
Correct.
Okay.
yeah, that's it, that's it.
Good catch, Daniel.
I didn't catch it. I just clarified what somebody else.
There
got,
might
so.
be some other places in the document where that.
I have to say, I was willing to overlook that.
Were you?
So it wasn't until it was brought up.
Okay, you two out.
Hey,
I second that.
I can go home.
Let's see. Where are we, if any? Proposed, line 193, 94, 95. Proposed covenants, deed restrictions, homeowner tenant association agreements. Private roadway language and maintenance agreement,
Okay.
if any. Oh, let's make maintenance agreements. Everything else is plural.
Yep.
Okay, got that, Bill?
Yep.
Okay,
It has agreements in the beginning, also associated, yeah.
so in all of these, not only the yellow bolding, but the strike through they
That's
can
fine.
disappear. Yeah.
That was there just to show what was being changed, so. Yep, no problem.
And it looks like we need one more, at least one more, this bylaw in line 212, section 5. Relating to conforming with this bylaw during an informal public meeting.
Oh, yeah, good.
So we'll take out applicable local bylaw. Because we're just talking about subdivisions here. I think that should do it.
Wait a minute.
There is no other applicable local bylaw.
Right.
Right, with it?
All right, I can't find it. I'm
Okay.
working back and forth. It's a little.
Norm was wondering, down in A, so ending in line 225, we're talking about, the causes for not approving or denying, an application. And Norm is wondering, can this be waived or I guess appealed? Is that
I mean, major subdivision.
My number again, Barbara.
225? Well, that's where it ends.
Yeah.
All of eight is what we're talking.
Yeah,
All of A? Is that what you-
Sounds like you.
Starts at,
so it's basically what
No, that makes sense.
what makes what we can say is an incomplete application.
Preliminary plan application shall not be considered a subdivision application. An incomplete preliminary plan shall not require resubmission of the preliminary plan. A major subdivision application that does not submit a preliminary plan or have a planning commission hearing on the preliminary plan ahead of the submission of the major subdivision application shall be deemed an incomplete application.
I think it's okay
I think it's okay.
because it's just incomplete. So just go back and do it again.
But it's one of those cases where it helps the person doing this
Right.
to know how to get through it.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Well, helps, doesn't mean you can do it.
Similar question in the next one,
Next one.
2A waiver, so lines 230 through 236. Norma's wondering if the denial is appealable. So we're just talking about waivers.
Or,
I think it's the same thing. If we do not agree to a waiver, it's incomplete, it's the application is incomplete. They just go back and do it again.
Right, if the requirement isn't there because they're asking for a waiver and you say the waiver is not valid, the thing needs to be there. And the absence of it makes it incomplete.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And they don't need to appeal it. They just need to redo it,
Right.
fix it.
my question, I guess, my question is, can they appeal that? But as a practical matter, it's probably easier just to correct it, but
Yeah.
Why would they? I don't understand what the purpose of appeal.
How could you appeal it if it's not?
They're not following the regulations, that's
Right.
Yeah, It's a
appealable.
requirement in the requirement thing.
It's kind of like a, a football or baseball review. The strikes and balls aren't reviewable. I mean, that's the determination of the,
I think if you're gonna deny a waiver, you're gonna say why.
Right.
That's gonna be it, like, it's not gonna be, well, because we want to, it's gonna be because there's a valid reason for it. So-
Yeah, yeah. And this is kind of covered by lines 240 through 243. An incomplete application.
must take appropriate action to gain the complaint, yeah.
And the administrative officer will help them
Right,
look through that.
Yeah.
And we could change the language, the words take appropriate action to something like be corrected. But I don't think it really changes much.
Isn't there something missing in that first? It says an application deemed incomplete must take appropriate action. The application doesn't take.
right,
Yeah,
you're right.
for an application deemed incomplete, an applicant must
Right.
take. So bill
What
for
line are we on? 40?
240. So it goes incomplete application.
Yep.
Period. For an application deemed incomplete, comma. The applicant
Yeah.
must, right,
So adding the applicant?
Yep, after
And-
the. yeah,
and
incomplete.
for at the beginning of that sentence,
Wait,
and throwing in a comma.
Wait.
where are we again?
Lines 240, basically line 240.
240.
Okay.
so this is,
Incomplete application, and then the next word after that should be for. An
for an application, okay, I see.
deemed incomplete,
Comma,
comma, the applicant must take appropriate action.
Makes way more sense.
okay,
But in the following sentence, we say the administrator officer shall notify the applicant of what action is necessary to make an incomplete
Right.
application.
Yeah.
So that should read
we're
what
doing the
now?
work for them.
It's just a little, yeah.
And the order of that sentence is wrong.
Okay.
Like, for an application deemed incomplete, the administrative officer shall notify the applicant of what is necessary to make an incomplete application complete. The applicant must take appropriate action to be deemed complete.
That makes
The
sense.
applicant must take appropriate
It's
action.
the order of the sentence is wrong.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
The applicant must take appropriate action to render
Change.
the application complete.
Okay.
Right? Unless you wanna
Don't
say-
sweat this too much because we've set it up in B just before.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
But you don't want the language to be jumbled.
I'll fix it.
One question, if I may. Bill, do you notify the applicant in writing or you just tell the applicant? Would it be, well, let me put it a different way. Would it be a burden to say you must notify the applicant in writing? Shall notify the applicant in writing?
I would ask for a may, not a shall. Give me a little discretion. Like, if it's a big deal, if it's like, hey, you're missing the north arrow. Yeah, the north arrow. Just giving them a call or whatever, versus if they're missing 5 things, then the 5 things should be outlined. If it's a small thing, I think may notify them in writing would be appropriate if you want to do that? Do you, where do you want that to go?
Second sentence, the administrative officer may notify the applicant in writing
Okay,
of what action is necessary. I think that,
well, that's okay, but like it is, it's okay.
Shall is.
I'll notify them. It does,
Yeah,
that's
Yeah.
correct.
Yeah.
It's my
discretion as to
discretion
how.
as to how.
And that's how you've been doing it.
Yeah, so let's,
I just, yeah,
yeah, we can leave that one alone.
well,
I think we're okay. We're moving past quite a bit of real estate to performance bonding, which is still in section 5, lines 290. We'll go down to 301, line 301 to start. For any subdivision, minor or major, which requires the construction of roads or other public improvements, the planning commission may, and we might want to strike require that, because we've got that and request.
That we do, I do have require that as.
Oh, yeah, it's a strike through. Okay,
Yep.
so, okay, get rid of it.
Yep.
And then the same thing down the performance bond. There's a strike through.
Yep.
To get rid of. And then in lines 306 and 307, such bond or surety must be approved by the planning commission prior to final plat approval. Norm, I think you were wondering whether that should be the select board,
well,
since they are responsible for these two bonds, both this one and the next one coming up.
well, that's the way I initiate. Once I read it over again today, I began to wonder a little bit if the planning commission was just approving, making sure that what the select board required was met.
Mm.
And
I see.
rather than giving it a power to reset, which this implies. So,
Maybe instead of approved, maybe say verified.
Yeah,
well, let's think about something else, if I may, just a slightly different approach. Such bond must be
Line number, please.
306. Such bond,
Or sure.
or maybe it should read, the planning commission shall confirm that the bond posted conforms to the select board's requirements, something of that nature.
yeah. Yeah. You want to read that again for Bill?
Well,
You're changing that whole sentence that starts at such bond and
Yeah.
ends with plat approval, correct? Norman?
the planning commission,
No, Norman,
What?
can you just answer my question first?
oh, I thought I did, I'm sorry. yes.
No, well, I didn't hear an answer to the question. You're talking about the line that starts at such and ends at final plat approval, correct?
Yes,
And you're changing it to start that sentence with the planning commission.
No, he's forgotten.
I'll need some help here thinking. The
Yeah.
planning commission, shall something, I can't think of, that the bond conforms to the terms established by the select board.
Shall assure or verify again?
Verify, yeah,
Verify is good.
Yeah.
Okay,
that the bond provided,
he'll look at the recording, so we'll just say at the end, that's one to go with.
That the bond provided,
So just say it one more time, Norm. So
Okay. the planning commission shall verify that the bond provided
informed,
conforms to the terms established by the select board.
that's the one, Bill.
Thank you.
I'll put it in when I list it.
I have a small line 285. A certification from a professional engineer of the professional engineer.
Yeah, A would be better. And we've standardized the language to licensed professional engineer.
Yeah.
But A would be good there, and that's, line 285,
Rather than the,
rather than the.
What certification are they providing? Normally, like a professional engineer will stamp a set of plans to say, they give it their approval. Do we have a certification, or are we gonna create a certification that then we provide, that then a professional engineer would have to sign off on?
I don't think the certification means a specific format, in this case, just means saying that whatever was to be done was done.
Well, but I'm just curious how they, because normally you just convey that with like a stamp. You have your professional, okay, so that's a, so.
They have inspected the completed project and the required, like, they're saying, yep, that's done.
Okay.
How they do it, I'd rather not get into very specifics.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like just that they're gonna say that they've done it. Let them tell us how. How.
So I have another thing I want, we skipped over. Line 271, subdivision permit issued. It breaks it down into minor subdivision and major subdivision. And up and around line 244, there's another minor subdivision, major subdivision. Would it be of value if they were both the same format?
What do you mean?
Okay, line 244.
Yeah.
We say administration action on complete application, and we say how it works for the minor subdivision.
Yeah.
1, and then 2 is a major.
Yeah.
So if you go down to 271, subdivision permit issue, you deal with both the minor subdivision and the major subdivision, but it's not broken down like it was
It is
before.
though. It's two different things.
I know they're different. I mean, I'm not saying they're the same
You
thing.
like separate them like 1 and 2?
Yeah, I just meant the format.
Oh,
I don't think it's a big thing. It's just would it
I see
be?
what you're saying.
I don't know. Yeah,
Just consistent, that's all.
I think the narrative in 5 makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
It's easy to read.
I agree. It is easy to read.
I'll look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yep.
All right, I'll read it a couple times to see what makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
it would make it easier to read. There's no question.
Well, if you weren't reading everything and you were looking for a major subdivision, you could
Pull it out.
Okay.
pull it out easier.
You'd find it easier.
It's, yeah.
Okay. We've got something on line 311. This is
Wait a minute.
for number 7, performance bonding. And, so the line that starts with the planning commission may also require a request.
No.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so
require A is
strike
gone.
through.
No,
May
Yeah.
also request the select board, okay,
Yep.
that's already done, never mind.
Where are we now?
I think there's some questions on for lines 327 to 335, right to appeal.
And that's in section 9 or paragraph 9.
Yeah. Primarily, it's after we say all the stuff that appeal, it can be appealed. Do we have any form or anything like that for people?
I'm sorry, what you said?
Do we have a form?
Absolutely not.
I went
So,
further this afternoon and checked the statute. And the statute does provide, it's not, we may want to reference the statute, Bill.
All right.
I don't think the
The
specific,
notice of appeal shall be made in accordance with 24 BSA 4466.
yeah, okay.
Is that not
I
it?
think, let me just check what it says. So, that's why I checked this afternoon. I found that the statute provided, I don't remember,
There's a typo on line 334.
24
Should be
VSA
rendered
4466.
Mhm.
Yeah, good one. That's a good one, Bill. Line
What-
334, render should be rendered.
ED at the end.
Or is this,
Line
It's-
334.
It's just minor, Norm.
and Bill is correct, 2466 does provide, 4466 of Title 24 provides the contents,
Okay,
so that's fine.
okay, so that kind of makes sense. Just direct them to the statute and leave it up to them whether they want to continue to pursue the appeal.
Mhm.
Okay,
Line 347, is there an extra comma there? Before and?
yeah,
347?
347, we can get rid of that comma after submission
Yes,
plus processing, good one.
good catch.
Then back to when, if a permit expires.
Where's next?
Right before the
It's in the title for section 6.
Right after submission.
Line 347, Bill.
Oh, okay.
And
The ampersand. can-
ampersand,
Need for the
Oh.
comma.
fun word to say. So back right up to permanent expiration, just above that.
Right.
Permits are valid for 2 years as provided by OBA.
Yes, I go.
Do we want to allow for extensions?
The question is not do we want to, but does the statute permit it? So that's what I'm gonna check. 24 VSA 4449 A4.
Before, right?
You just reapply. If
Right.
it expires
Yeah.
after 2 years, they can reapply. We can tell them to reapply. That has a fee to it, but you got 2 years. If you're not gonna execute it within 2 years, then
That's pretty standard.
that is percent. I mean, your license expires in 2 years or 4 years, and then you renew it. Right, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, so, I mean, 2 years is a long time to actually have your permit to be able to get things done.
That's it. That's it. There's
There's nothing else right now, so leave it alone.
Okay.
I just did a quick review. The statute's long and it may be
It
something that,
says, no municipal land use permit issued by an appropriate municipal panel or administrative officer as applicable for a site plan or conditional use shall be considered abandoned or expired unless more than 2 years have passed. The permit approval was issued.
What happens after that then?
That's the end of the sentence.
Yeah.
Well-
So maybe we can just put a note here for the town attorney. Do we?
yeah, just put a question in. Yeah. Yeah. I skimmed it, the balance of the statute, which is long. I didn't say anything, but I wouldn't count on it. I wouldn't rely on that.
Okay.
What's the question?
So we'll just,
And it'd be extended.
Just be mute.
I know, but
I think we're overthinking.
Would you say,
We've never had a problem with that. I mean, we've never had anybody that's had a problem with that, but.
yeah,
Right.
I don't recall that either, but it just came to my attention and
okay. Good. Good suggestions all around. Okay, to lines 355 to 357. it just might be awkward how we're saying who we will be doing the certified Vermont survey. As surveyed by a certified Vermont licensed land surveyor,
Vermont.
state of Vermont.
Vermont,
Any
say,
subdivision.
licensed Vermont
final
surveyor.
plat shall be
So what
made
line?
to
355 to 357.
Okay.
all mapping requirements as surveyed by a certified.
As certified, and here's one suggestion, by a state of Vermont licensed land surveyor,
Sounds good to me.
comma, and contain, colon.
That's what you're adding.
That's what adding as a replacement to as surveyed by a certified Vermont survey.
Right.
We need to correct that.
Submission.
So any depict all mapping requirements as certified by a state of Vermont licensed land surveyor, comma,
And contain.
and contain.
Question, ours was last year.
Pick all mapping requirements.
Yeah.
Were we not specifying it had to be a Vermont licensed PE or surveyor?
We said that for the engineering work.
Okay. But for the surveying, we want, I think didn't we have a Vermont licensed professional engineer above on line 351?
It's not consistent.
It isn't. That's the engineer or surveyor. Okay, let's make it simple so we don't have to keep searching through this. Let's just take Vermont out and 351.
So requirements as surveyed by
A
Licensed professional engineer
a licensed professional engineer.
or
Or
surveyor.
licensed surveyor, licensed land surveyor.
Professional engineer.
Yep.
All right, so one more time.
It is
Or licensed surveyor.
prepared by a licensed professional engineer or licensed land surveyor, period.
Where?
351, 352. And then in 356, 357, as surveyed by a licensed land surveyor.
You
comma.
said state of Vermont licensed land surveyor.
We'll take that out.
Vermont.
We're taking out Vermont
So
because
licensed
it's three
professional engineer or licensed land surveyor. Is that what you have? That's what I mean.
Engineer or lands.
Licensed professional engineer or licensed land surveyor.
right.
Repeat license.
That should be in.
That's what I heard you say.
357.
That's why I
Okay.
wrote it down.
That's 351
That's
and
357.
2. And in 357, it's just licensed land surveyor. Surveyed by a licensed land surveyor, comma, and contain.
Why the difference?
We're taking out the Vermont because we took it out prior to this.
So-
In other
Why
sections.
do we
There's
take,
no engineer.
why do we take out engineer the second time?
I don't think it has to do, we're just talking about a survey here
Okay,
and not the plat. The final plat should be made from,
So are we taking out Vermont in line 351?
yes,
So it says by a licensed professional engineer or surveyor.
or licensed land surveyor.
I'm confused.
I
Yeah.
was confused too, Norman. Because we were jumping between these two and I was only on one line. So I didn't have both of them. I only had one. So what you have, Norman, is parallelism and what in 351, the wording is prepared by a licensed professional engineer or
Sure.
licensed land surveyor in 352.
Or licensed land surveyor.
Correct.
Licensed
I-
land-
What's that, Howard?
Yeah, I said, yeah, licensed land surveyor.
Yep. Okay.
And then that's repeated, Norman, in lines 356, 357.
I agree, it should be. I didn't understand it to be from the discussion.
Right. So, on 356, I was confused too. That's why I asked my question. At the end of that line, it says, as surveyed by a licensed land surveyor, leaving out the engineer.
I'm sorry, leaving out
Leaving
engineer.
out engineer. So the
Okay.
parallelism is on the licensed land surveyor. That's repeated in line 57.
Okay. So moving on.
Quick question.
Yeah.
Right along there though, on line, what, 58 through 60.
It says that it indicates a professional engineer. Should a surveyor be included in that? It should contain the name of subdivision, name and address of the owner of record, the applicant, licensed professional engineer, and any other consulting design professionals involved in the preparation of the application. Should the surveyor be included in there or not?
Is that the design professional or no?
I don't know whether,
Did you have a-
but the fact that the engineer was there,
Well, see, I think it's kind of, I'm just reading two again. Any subdivision final plat shall be made from Mylar material depicting all mapping requirements as surveyed by a certified Vermont survey. So all that they're saying is that you have your plat is certified by a licensed land surveyor
Mhm.
that's doing the work.
Mhm.
So that certified part, that's what it means by that Vermont cert, is that they're giving you the actual, here's our Mylars, we're licensed, we went out there and we surveyed it. Engineers can't survey.
If you flip to the next page, K, it says license number and seal of the Vermont licensed surveyor or licensed Vermont engineer.
Yeah.
So
Are we taking Vermont out there like we've taken it out? elsewhere?
we get to that, but I'm saying the license number or seal is gonna be the person who did it, so that's where that surveyor is gonna add their.
Yeah.
Dana's question is a good one. K provides it has to be a Vermont licensed surveyor or a Vermont licensed engineer.
We'll
We don't-
take out the Vermont and
Take
make it consistent.
So we're saying that because the plat was done by a surveyor, that information is available? Is that what I heard you say over there? Was that the?
Well, the license number and seal of the surveyor or engineer is gonna be on it.
Okay,
But in almost every case, it's a surveyor.
Yeah.
Okay.
We don't have engineers. That's
Okay.
final plats don't come from engineers.
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
right.
So should we change that to licensed land surveyor and any other consulting design professionals?
Yeah.
K,
No.
A.
Okay. From licensed professional engineer to a licensed land surveyor.
all right, where are we now here?
Second line,
358.
359.
358.
359 is where you're making
Yeah.
the change.
Okay.
359, licensed, where it says licensed professional engineer, it's going to be replaced with licensed
Land,
land surveyor.
And keeping in any other consulting design professionals,
That would look at the engineer.
if applicable. Okay, all right, good. I think we need periods for all of these A, B's, C's.
Would they be semicolons or would they be?
Oh, no, C's got a semicolon.
They're supposed to be.
363 has a semicolon.
I know.
That's okay.
I'm going over it again. I wasn't gonna go into
Some
it.
don't-
but
doesn't have it.
I got it.
They're all semicolons, except whatever will last.
L, I got it.
Well,
All that.
He doesn't have anything.
Okay,
We'll build on it.
He's
Don't
got
worry
it.
about it, I got it.
okay.
Will you post a bond?
Down to 381, so we're gonna change that pay to license number / seal of the licensed land surveyor or licensed professional engineer. Taking out the Vermont stuff and just adding, just making it consistent with the other references.
Um,
Will be licensed surveyor or
Professional.
licensed professional engineer.
Right.
Well, licensed, it says licensed engineer. You want to put professional back in?
Yes, because that's what we had up.
it's the only way that's the only way you're licensed is if you are a professional.
It wasn't.
Yeah. 378 by a state of Vermont licensed land surveyor.
Deed description and boundary survey made and certified by, okay, so take out state of Vermont, okay?
Licensed land survey.
So by a licensed land surveyor. Okay. That's in 378 bill, we did 381. A small question on 396. We want walkways or sidewalks here? Or does it make any difference? Howard, does it make a difference? We're talking about the plat requirements. I think we
I think
refer
so.
to them as sidewalks elsewhere.
You know,
They're not
we
necessarily
haven't
the
used
same.
walkways at all through, and it's not defined in the definitions. I would strongly recommend we have sidewalks so there's no lack of consistency.
Add sidewalks or replace walkways?
Oh, let's have them both.
Walkways, sidewalks. and
Walkways,
public
comma,
open.
sidewalks,
Yeah.
comma, and public open spaces.
Where is
Yes.
this now?
Just get it covered, 396.
396?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because there is a slight difference between walkways and sidewalks, and we probably want to see the walkways.
What's the difference? I don't know the difference.
Well, sidewalk
Oh.
is configured with a certain elevation above the road, and it has a curve probably, as opposed to a walkway, which can be a path.
Mhm, mhm.
A walkway is a space
we have
on the side
any-
of the road that you can use.
Are there
It's not-
design requirements for a walkway? I haven't seen them in here at all, or I've never seen.
It's gonna be up to the engineer and the designer to make sure their things meet requirements. It's not gonna be up to us to verify it.
We do specify later on like specific V-Trans.
Yeah.
876 standards. I'm
They're
just
up to the
verifying.
standard.
I'm just verifying those standards haven't been changed because some have been updated. So I want to make sure that
I
we
think we
have.
just referenced the orange book. So as we reference the standard, not the specifics. Yeah. A76, B71A, B71B
Where's this?
later on.
Line number from, Norm.
It's,
Or
465, 466. And so even if those change, those are the general names.
Those are roads, but they're not sidewalks, are they?
476. It shows like a roadway and a
Sidewalks,
sidewalk.
okay.
they've got in silence.
But not walkways.
Walkways aren't sidewalks.
I'm sorry?
Because a walkway isn't the sidewalk. Sidewalks, they're different things, but
I
we're
agree.
also talking about something that we may or may not actually have the authority to control.
Cause it may be covered, yeah,
Like,
by V-Trans.
I don't know, how
Or the road commissioner.
if they're building roads, then we're gonna have a say over that, because it's gonna have to meet the town ordinance, which that has better authority than this does for sidewalks. So, but I think the way it reads, I think we're covered.
Okay,
We'll add walkways.
Yeah, I did.
No, we're adding sidewalks.
Sidewalks, adding
Adding
sidewalks.
sidewalks, but we're gonna keep walkways.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, Norm is wondering, line 416, after we talk about the record, we're talking about the final plat recording. I think we interchangeably use the words filed and recorded. Or filed or recorded. So is there a difference?
It's not really.
So if we can use one or the other, right?
I would say recorded would be better.
Let me,
Well, but that's two different things though. Like filing it is, I guess filing could be like getting it there.
Yes, that's
The
right.
town clerk does the recording. It is actually two separate actions.
Okay.
But I-
The applicant files,
Right.
the
Town clerk records.
So we want and there
Yes.
as opposed to
As to
or.
No, because it has to be to the office in 180 days. Does not have to be recorded in 180 days. It has to be in the office in 180 days. We
Okay,
run into that before too. It has to get here because her recording schedule changes. And it has to make it to be in, it has to get to the office in 180 days. It does not have to be recorded in 180 days.
right. So we take recorded out.
But then, so
It-
final plot recording,
We're
Is-
talking about the
is-
180-day period.
yeah, but the title of the section is final plot recording.
Yeah.
So
It's recorded if, once it's filed.
no, it does not.
It gets
It
recorded
does not.
after it gets filed.
Subsequent.
Yes,
there may-
Yes, yeah,
but
that's
it
what
can be anywhere from 30 minutes to 6 months.
Okay,
Like, so I think that should be final plat filing or final plat submission
okay.
for the title.
Mhm.
I think final plat submission. Final plat, okay, so, and then, so final plat submission. And then on that third line, unless the final plat has been filed in the office of the town clerk. Get rid of or recorded.
It has been
Line 410.
for 10,
Yeah,
yeah.
my line,
Final plat.
I have the older version, my line numbers are different, so I can't, but it's final plat, and then the third line, get rid of or recorded.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay,
So after an approved final plat or certification by the clerk is. Oh, but then, okay, so then the next line. After an approved final plat or certification by the town clerk. By the clerk is recorded,
recorded.
no expiration of that shall be applicable. No, that doesn't make sense either.
Filed to recorded.
That doesn't make sense.
This-
Mention if that makes sense.
the Expiration of that approval. Why don't we just get rid of that line?
The whole sentence?
Yeah,
Approval or admission shall expire less within that 100 the final plat has been filed in the office of the town clerk. After,
I don't understand what that means.
yeah, I know.
no, after an approved. Is filed. After an approved final plat or certification is filed, no expiration of that approval or certification shall be applicable.
So it should be filed.
Yeah, so after. Get rid of by the clerk. Because the clerk doesn't file it. They record it. Does that make sense?
After an approval.
Final plat certification is filed. No expiration of approval or certification shall be applicable.
Right, yes.
So how about this, Bill? After an approved final plat. Or. Recording by the clerk,
No,
It is,
no,
because the clerk doesn't certify it.
no, right.
Why are we leaving certification in?
Yeah,
Not necessarily.
yeah. Howard, do you have any opinion on this one?
I don't, no, going in circles here. An
Yeah.
approved final plat
Is recorded.
implies an approved that certification was completed, doesn't it?
How about this? After an approved final plat is recorded by the clerk, no expiration of that approval or certification.
No, the filing, it's the filing, it's getting it to the office. The recording is a completely separate
After an
function.
approved final plat is filed.
Yeah.
Right.
No expiration of approval.
No expiration of that
Right.
That approval shall be applicable.
Starting to make sense to me.
Yeah.
Okay,
shall be applicable.
so after an approved final plat is filed, no expiration of that approval shall be applicable.
That's correct.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
Still not,
in comma after file,
And we're gonna leave certification out, right?
Right.
Yep.
and by the clerk.
what are we talking about with the term no expiration?
The approval expires. They're given
180
approval, they have 180 days.
You got it filed.
Once it's filed and it says, yep, this is good, expiration date
I understand now.
invalid.
Yeah, I understand now. Thank you.
It disappears. It's no
Yeah.
longer.
So it leaves now, after an approved final plat, delete or certification.
And the clerk
After an approved final plat, Norm, is
is
filed,
filed,
is-
no expiration of that approval.
shall be applicable.
Okay, we beat this one.
Yep.
Pretty good. On line 423, let's strike chair, planning commission chair there.
420.
Because in 425, it's signed by the planning commission chairperson. It's approved by the planning commission as a whole.
Inside, right, yeah.
The final plat was approved by the Rutland Town Planning Commission.
So we just delete
Take the chair.
chair in 423.
On whatever the date we approve it,
Yeah,
subject to the requirements and conditions of said resolution.
and we've done that before.
Signed. Why is that there?
Why is what there?
Why is the signed planning commission chairperson?
That is the
Signature line,
Yeah.
signed, Bart Pulling,
that is the text box
yeah.
on the plat.
It's just a signature line.
Yeah.
Once we approve it,
It has to be
she
signed.
signs it.
And I don't know. Why is it?
And this specifically applies
Yeah, I got
if
it.
there's a new town road.
It's the notation.
Right.
I got it. I'm sorry.
It's a very specific case.
We jumped to line 423. I did not get the flow of that.
Yeah.
That's what we have is the quotations saying what needs to be included on the
Yep.
Mhm.
document.
Exactly.
Okay, we're gonna keep
Okay.
jumping. We're gonna keep jumping here.
Here's the part for Andy,
Which one?
number 6.
Boundary lines.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I think I don't think there's anything in there. I think it's, anyone notice anything?
No,
But that does
specify it.
explain,
Yes,
yeah, in much more detail than we have now.
yes.
And should get, yes, Andy?
What I was speaking about was more that we have examples given of how to do the actual drawing. Okay, in other words, we've gotten those different drawings with the crosshatch lines and whatnot, and they're very confusing. And so what we need to do, I think, at a subsequent time is to actually have some specific examples for people that we could hand them, showing the beginning lot, the amount to be transferred, and the second lot, and the way that they should be labeled, much more specific than this.
Okay,
You know what? You don't have to worry about it.
no,
Read the second sentence.
lot line adjustments meeting this definition?
Shall be approved as an administrative boundary adjustment.
provided the applicant submits a
Nope,
survey.
You missed
plan.
that, missed
By
that
the
important part.
administrative
The administrative officer.
It doesn't come to you anymore.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I'll deal with it. There you go, Andy. You fixed your problem.
Okay, great.
Hey, Bill.
That's right.
We get to vote on that?
You do.
Okay, section 7. Line 440. Do we,
Time out 1 second. 40, you got, 433. Just going off of what Bill said, we don't have to deal with it, but plats for a lot line adjustment shall be filed and recorded in accordance with section 6.5 of these. Okay, so we don't have to ever see the boundary line adjustments. Nope. Got it. It goes from you to the clerk.
Yep.
Okay, I'm good. Now you can go about 440 or whatever it is.
so 440, do we want to use the word against the standards? So the administrative officer and planning commission shall evaluate any application for subdivision approval against, the standards set forth in this section. Is there a better word, or is against okay?
About,
In accordance with.
yeah,
Hmm.
evaluate any application or subdivision approval for compliance with the standards set forth. Does that make
Okay,
sense?
Got a couple suggestions. We've got for compliance with or in accordance with.
How about
In accordance with.
using the standards?
I like that even better.
What did you say?
Using the standards set forth in this section. Let's go with that one.
Well, it's simpler.
Yep. And 444, I think we want to add a word there. We may require the applicant to submit additional materials, data, or information necessary to evaluate the standards. Okay, simple.
The administrative officer of planning commission may require the applicant to submit additional materials, data, or information.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay,
What are you
Necessary?
proposing, Bob?
just adding the word necessary
Yes.
to evaluate
Mhm.
standards. Thank you, Norm.
We're not evaluating the standards, so we should say that the information to evaluate compliance with the standards.
Yes,
Okay,
necessary to evaluate compliance.
Yep.
That's what, yeah.
Just say evaluate the compliant or to evaluate compliance.
Compliance with the standards.
Compliance with.
yeah, we can take out necessary.
Okay,
So,
So it's submit additional materials, blah, 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 to evaluate compliance with the standards.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah, and on 446, we've got the state of Vermont, but I think this is a little bit different or not. That is, we may accept the certification of a professional expert licensed by the state of Vermont as presumptive that the subdivision as proposed shall meet the criteria of this section.
that's fine.
I think it's okay, yeah.
Provided, yeah, with the,
What professional expert? Did you
professional
get a psychologist in there as a professional? I mean, 'cause it does professional expert licensed by the state of Vermont. It doesn't specify.
it says provided the certification relates to matters within their area of specialization.
And that the
Provided
expert
the
has
certification
no,
relates to the.
and there's no ethical
Yep.
issues.
That's
Yeah.
no personal interest.
Is that covered?
I think we discussed that before.
I think the word expert is redundant. Somebody who is a professional is plus,
I would disagree with you.
somebody,
A professional is not necessarily an expert.
a licensed professional.
Huh? Expertise is defined as having at least 10 years worth of experience.
I'm sorry?
Expertise is designed by, is designed.
Well, it's
Expertise
10,000 hours.
is, right, is, evaluated based on a minimum of 10,000 hours worth of field experience. My son is a professional geologist, but he does not have 10 years of experience. Therefore, he would not qualify as an expert under a definition of expert.
Okay, I'm not,
Qualifies as a professional, not necessarily an expert, so I.
we
would not
haven't
say that
defined,
the two-
we haven't defined expert here.
Next, they say an expert may include local and state officials or experts retained by the town or the applicant.
Wait a minute,
And their areas of expertise has no person, I mean, you have to check the definition. Maybe that's something we could.
is expert defined in our definitions?
No,
No,
I-
but
I-
it is here.
it is defined further down, though. It states what an expert is.
I'm sorry,
Mhm. It's in the same paragraph. It is defined.
let's see.
That it's in their area of specialization. They have no personal interest. And they may include local and state.
Okay,
officials.
fine, yep.
I think I don't think we need to mess with this.
In that last sentence,
Yeah.
such experts may include
Yeah,
local and state officials or experts, isn't that? Or experts retained by the town.
An
or
expert is-
those, you can say those retained by the town or the applicant.
Mhm.
Okay, we're
You can look up the definition of an expert without having had it. I don't know, but you get the.
Okay, to 462 roads, do we want to work in walkways here?
No, I think I think if we're trying to impart some authority over it, we're gonna get in trouble.
I don't think, I don't think you have to take something that is less and include it in here, because if you're talking about road, well, maybe not.
We were talking about roads before.
If it's in the right of way, we're gonna have control over it. If it's not in the right of way, we're not.
Mhm.
So I think I don't think getting too far into the weeds, and that's not gonna help us.
Yeah, and it's unless otherwise determined by the planning commission, the design shall follow state standards,
Right.
essentially. So, yeah,
And they
okay.
and state standards probably don't reference walkway.
Well, they
No.
did,
They
No.
reference
Looking at it
sidewalk.
right now, yeah.
It's just sidewalks.
it's gone.
No, I said I'm looking at it now. I don't see them. They reference sidewalk, shoulder.
Yep.
You know, they have a ditch, edge of shoulder, edge of travel way.
All right,
Road.
it's all right of way stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so walkways are not in rights of way.
Should we have put it in earlier? I dare ask.
No, I
Should put what in front of it?
Walkways.
no, I think
No,
we're gonna be okay.
In my opinion, walkways are something other than a sidewalk. A sidewalk is a much.
We have a sidewalk next to the road, we have a walkway up to the front door.
That's right.
Yes.
They don't need to be there. The fact that it was referenced before,
That's what I'm saying. Maybe we take it out before.
oh, that's not what I understood.
Take out walkway.
And I can find that line for you, in a minute. Utilities, D, just the typo,
481.
485, utility. This includes conformance with utility easements. That doesn't have to be capitalized. No big deal, but,
Where are you?
485. This,
It's the 1, 2, 3, fourth line down from utilities. Under under aluminum.
Oh, utility, okay, gotcha.
yeah, just lowercase there.
It was that way in the original. We didn't catch it the first time.
Logan's original?
Yeah.
Okay. I think we can skip to, so here in H, These are the natural resource protections,
Line number?
H 524. So we've got, and I think this is probably a question for the attorney. We've got some shalls in here that I'm not sure we can really enforce unless, and this is the question for the town attorney, if we add this stuff to the town plan, then maybe we can say these shall be protected.
If you identify it, so the impaired waterways are already identified.
Yeah.
That's part of that. So these include streams with a buffer of at least 50 feet. We have that in our ordinance already. So
That's in the stormwater ordinance.
right,
Well, that's only one specific small watershed, though.
right. But it says the ones that are identified
Where are we?
and protected by the planning commission, section H.
Line 524 and afterwards.
And afterwards, yeah.
It's the whole,
Well,
It's the whole natural resource section here.
I have a
that was not in the original.
I have a nit in line 525. It says agricultural, comma, or forest. Shouldn't it be just agricultural, comma, wheat or forest lands, comma? I mean,
Don't contain significant agricultural or forest.
forest lands,
Yeah,
comma,
the comma needs to come out after forest. You're right, Ron.
comes out after forest and put in it,
Agricultural or forest.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
public water supplies.
There should be a comma
So-
after one.
And no comma after agricultural.
Right.
Okay,
It's
so
containing,
Yes,
containing significant agricultural or forest lands, comma. Public water supplies, comma.
yes, you're right. I think I had that.
Okay. Okay, back to the shells. Yes, some of them are in regulations already, but not all of them. Like 532, 33, 34, water courses, which is kind of a different term. We have no control over that, or we have no regulations for that right now. And we're saying here shall be preserved in a free-flowing state with a 50-foot buffer between the stream and development. So like I said, I think,
But only if it's identified. If it's like specifically identified by the group, then it's included. That's so I says shall be identified. So if it's not identified as a vital and valuable resource, so it's not going to cover everything unless we have said it's a vital and valuable resource. Am I right?
yes. Do we need shall on line 530? Or have we done this yet? I don't think we've done it yet.
Well,
We've
I
done it.
disagree. Or at least I think I do. I seem to remember some considerable discussions, maybe it was around this, about the 50-foot buffer area. Or whether when we were doing the water and stream
River
corridors.
corridor, which
Yeah,
we
river corridor.
never passed.
Okay, but when we were doing that, we were considering the buffer.
Yep. Yep.
And we didn't think we never came up whether or not we had authority to do it.
Well, we could under a river corridor ordinance, but we put that, we never passed that. So now we're saying you have to do it. And we don't even have anything to back that up with.
Right, I put a question about that, that was the river corridor, or I thought it was stormwater, I got the wrong term there. And put a question mark as to whether that's what we were referencing. But if we don't have anything to reference, then why is it here?
Because I think Logan knew we were working on it.
Maybe,
Well, I added this, I added all of these, because I ran across these. And I thought, my thinking was, these would be good to add to the town plan.
Okay.
but we're putting the department head of the horse, yeah. But not necessarily, we're gonna be opening up the town plan next year. And so we just need to ensure that these are mandated by the town plan.
So at
When we
one point,
redo it.
we were talking about river corridors and whether we wanted to be in compliance, a reduced burden on the town to pay for damages, because we included, a river corridor ordinance, then we would get an additional 8.5%.
Seven point
Seven
five.
point five percent from the feds. And I thought that the planning commission was in favor of doing that, but we just seemed to drop it.
Select board was not,
Oh, all right, well, that's
so it
what,
wasn't gonna fly and,
It was
and
gonna fly with the select board.
it wasn't gonna fly with the select board. And then there was also, this general concept that the state's gonna mandate this anyway. After 2027
yep.
was part of legislation passed 2 years ago.
So if that's the case, then we should omit any reference to that, because there's nothing for us to use as a support for including it in the subdivision bylaw. Whether it's in the town plan or not, because it won't be applicable until 2027 when this, then it would be. in
If
compliance
then,
with the
yeah.
state. Yeah. So
Okay,
I think that can be. Which one are we on?
aye,
I would say we take out. Vital and valuable resources and other assets of the community shall be identified. Well, we could do that, but Roman numeral 1 is not applicable.
Where are we
Yeah.
now?
We're on line 540.
I'm sorry, line what?
Line 540. Roman
Thank you.
numeral I, the Roman numeral 1,
or
Streams.
532.
532.
Numeral I, well, letter
Yeah,
I.
yeah, that will,
It's I, it's not H.
I1 and I11.
That's 538 to 540. Right, but I was
32.
referencing line 540, Roman numeral 1, streams, year-round water courses, blah, blah, blah. That has the 50-foot buffer, which is not applicable. Anything after that would not be applicable. So I would suggest we take it out.
Yep.
Would you, I'm
It-
sorry, Dana, I'm just not hearing you.
Line 540.
The streams comes out.
It's
Norm.
5:30 on mine, is it?
Yeah, are you, which one, you can get the one
532.
Bill sent
Yeah.
out?
Yeah, some.
All right. Now, here's the thing, it's version control. The one that I reviewed, the one that you, Bill, you and I looked at a while ago,
Okay, so it's I1.
it's I1, which on, the one you just sent out is 532. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. So,
Okay,
so
so-
that whole section on streams,
So I, lowercase, so uppercase I, lowercase I, and number 1 all come out.
yes, yes.
Uppercase I, vital and valuable resources.
From 530 to 537 comes out.
We don't all have the same line numbers, Norm, so we got,
No, 532 norm to 537.
Yes,
Yes.
530 stays in because that's the section.
Yes.
It's the subsection that I was
so
referring to.
little I and number 1 both come out.
That's right,
Right.
because they are
Okay.
tied to the buffer.
Okay,
Done.
Okay, excuse me.
I apologize if I started.
okay. And so I think we'll keep the others in. Just making sure with the town attorney that we can be saying shall. There is, let's see. There is a really strange highlighting on line 585. With
Oh, yeah, prime.
the prime,
It
yes,
was an added word. We added it after.
We gave you the language and then we added prime later on.
Yeah,
So I was just trying to show that it was like, it was an additional word.
yeah, so you can keep it.
Yeah.
But not in, yeah.
What line?
It's
Five
not-
eighty-five, and then 586, let's transpose encroachment of residential uses on agricultural land. So transpose the on and of to of and on. Okay. Glad that made sense to you.
Oh. Encroachment, okay. I'm on line 585, 586 on the new document. The
Yep,
building.
right.
I see prime agricultural soils should be configured to minimize the encroachment.
Of,
Of residential
residential
uses
uses.
on agricultural
Okay,
land.
now I follow.
Yeah, that's much
Yeah.
better, much better.
Yes, it's what we want to say. They both make sense, but it's what we want to say. And
So can we just go back for a second because I didn't think we were gonna go jumping that far ahead?
we're jumping.
I understand, Barbara. My question has to do with the 20% slopes. And we have raised that question multiple times. I know you raised it, Demetria. So is this in compliance with our previous discussions about the 25% grade?
I think it's always been 20%.
Or 20%, sorry.
Yeah, and I believe it's in our town plan now.
Okay, so these are all, I just put a question mark to verify my own understanding. Those are okay. Yes?
Yes.
All right, so I'm gonna go check mark those. I have a question, however, on old line 560, which is now new line 552. Locating building sites to exclude these areas, okay. And then what am I actually looking at? Minimize visibility of building sites and associated development. What are we trying to regulate here? And this seems to be more intense than our view sheds. And we had a lot of discussion about view sheds and what we didn't include when we were doing view sheds, and this seems to be more restrictive than what we were asking when we were putting our view sheds. We identified, I think, 20 view sheds, and everything else was left out. This seems to be identifying everything on a property, including treetops, and I don't know. I think that's pretty restrictive, and I don't know the value of these provisions. So, I think it's going all the way from 52 through the rest of
Well,
this
how about
section.
if we just reference our municipal plan here? So we're still doing the same thing. But we say as, as laid out in the municipal plan.
So what is that going to replace? Are we replacing everything from A? So subsection 2, section 1, and then A through F. I'm not sure what the proposal on that is.
Yeah, I don't think we should get involved with that part of it either. You know, our job is just the subdivision of land. And let
Right.
somebody else worry about how they plan things or lay things out or what they're gonna do, but I don't believe we should be getting into worrying about structure heights and some of this other stuff. That's my feeling.
Right. To your point, Howard, we have provided waivers for recording the trees on plats. So if we've decided that we're not gonna require trees be placed on plats, why are we doing this level of detailed analysis of what they're gonna do with a parcel? Right?
I think we should delete B. I just don't see how we can even think about enforcing it, or there's just no standard there. We're creating a building site, and to say that we're going to somehow look at a potential building that could go there is just not realistic. Especially when the only thing a builder has to do to build anything is to merely file a permit with the town and build it as he pleases.
Yeah.
There's some truth to that.
Otherwise, we're getting into zoning, aren't we?
I think it's beyond zoning.
Yeah, I agree with you, Ed. I agree with that.
What's wrong with that?
It's zoning prime.
And then, and reading C, where it's going right down the same road again.
Yeah, right. I mean, that was my question about this section. Yeah.
Okay, so it's laid out as methods for avoiding adverse impacts.
Slide number, Barbara, please.
549. May include but are not limited to.
Where's this?
So,
Five-
we're in
540?
subdivision boundary lines 546.
Methods for avoiding,
And
right side of the line.
the last sentence there at 549, 550. So, okay, the lots and layouts should be located and configured to minimize adverse impacts to slopes in excess of 20%. That we have in our municipal plan. That is something the fire department and other emergency responders are serious about, that 20%.
Yeah, remember that. Yeah.
Like, why don't we just put a period there and take everything that follows that out? And then just go to
Yes.
what?
And
I agree.
Just not give any of the methods potential methods to be used, just eliminate that entire thing.
Right, well, and also to avoid the placement of structures on rock outcrops, prominent hilltops and ridges. I mean, that's irrelevant. Those are the things that are all delineated underneath, huh?
I know, it's just a potential method, so I think it's just.
And then take the methods out, yeah.
Yeah, just if you take that out, then yeah, you probably get rid of the other things. That's where I think it's just giving you the examples of what methods you could do to try to minimize that.
right,
Okay.
But it's so detailed and
Yeah.
Wait a minute, hold on. And let me just make a suggestion here. It says methods for avoiding such adverse impacts may include. Doesn't say shall include, it says may include.
I understand.
so we're giving them ideas.
Yeah.
So it's not, this is not compulsory.
Maybe, and we're discussing whether it's required in here.
And
Do we need to do it?
I think, the question is, do we want as a group to be encouraging this sort of
Do we have
protections?
the authority to do it?
Mhm,
It's even more.
we do.
Are you comfortable we have the authority?
Well, the town attorney can tell us otherwise, but
How do you propose to say that we could reject a subdivision application by any of these A, B, C, or D?
I don't think we say anywhere that these are grounds for
They're not.
return.
Then if there's no grounds, why have it in there? I just don't understand it. It's
Yeah,
not, it
I
has,
hear you. I hear you. It is, I think it's meant as a list of ideas. If someone is interested.
but we're
like, how-
making law, not ideas.
Thank you.
We're writing law here. Are we not? I mean, or do I see it differently than everyone else?
No, and Andy, I see it the same way you do. And in fact, number one, where it says subdivision boundaries, lot lines and layouts and building sites shall, that is legally binding, be located and configured to minimize adverse impacts on the slopes in excess of 20%. I'm proposing that we put a period there and leave the rest of it out.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, I didn't know I made a motion, but you say so.
Well, we can vote on this.
Wait a
Well,
minute.
let's vote on it and let's just get it done.
Okay, we're open for discussion right now.
Yeah,
Yep.
Norm?
I don't see it that way.
what way?
The way Dana and Andy see it.
So,
Says
Norman,
subdivision boundaries, lot lines, and building sites shall be located and configured to minimize adverse impacts to slopes in excess of 20%.
Period.
Right.
That's what I'm proposing. I guess I made a motion.
Yeah, well, I'm opposing your motion.
Okay.
And then we use the term methods for avoiding may include. And I don't see anything required, but it is consistent, I think, with our town plan to preserve natural resources and this, because we don't, if it were zoning, if we had zoning, this language without the word may could be included in zoning.
We don't
Right
have
now, it is just furthering desires, and I think it's perfectly acceptable.
Mhm.
It reflects our town plan.
We can't build structures taller than a tree.
This doesn't say that.
It
This
doesn't say
says-
that, it says, here is a way you can help
This
preserve
is a
natural
suggestion.
resources.
I know, I get it. I am taking it to the absurd extreme. Because if we're positing these ways of remediating, somebody's gonna say, so I shouldn't be building taller than the 6-foot tree I just planted last year? Yeah, I mean, it gets, to me, the regulation gets to the absurd.
It
Or
is-
what
well,
if you have
it's-
a 100-year-old tree that's 70 feet tall?
Yeah.
Can I not build a 70-foot tall house?
Can't
It's
anyway.
less than it can
You
be.
can't, you
Yeah,
can't anyway.
right.
This is not regulatory.
Yeah.
This is advisory.
It's advisory. Yeah.
We need the advisory portion in there. I think is what the.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know what Andy's saying, but that's what my proposal
Yeah.
was, that turned into a motion. Until we need it.
We need to be advising
Besides,
them here.
We have
of
no,
what-
no say on where, when we do a subdivision, we have no say whatsoever on where a house is gonna be placed at a later date. So I just don't have any
Right.
reason. We can't ask for where a house is gonna be placed in a subdivision plat that comes in. Someone sends in a drawing, it conforms to all the other requirements, and there's no house, a particular foundation plan or anything else that needs to be submitted with the subdivision application. So again, I just don't see why we should, I understand what everybody is thinking, and I certainly go along with the thought of this, believe me. I mean, all the things that are in here, I believe should be very much followed. However, we just don't, there's no reason to put it in because it's just not there right now. What is
Right.
there is what we need to do is to make the regulations for a subdivision, and we're doing that. And all this stuff has nothing to do with the regulation. We cannot deny it or approve it based
No,
on any of
no.
this. And therefore, I don't believe it belongs in a document that is essentially law. And that's why I kind of go, I'd like to hear what Norm would think about that, just that particular part. Right? In that are we not creating a law here? And in which case, it should be specific as to how people can follow it.
I'm beginning to lean in your direction. Because I'm not sure how many people reading this, if we leave it may, and I have lived over my career and over even my participation here, very often I speak to may and shall, and the difference legally and that kind of thing. Having said that, I think it's a close call. Andy certainly has articulated it very well. And whether people reading this will read it as carefully as we do when they come to line 550 and says may include, whether they read this as compulsory or advisory. But you know, if you look at number E at 565, driveways, access roads, including up, should use or share existing access roads. That may be an overreach. I was gonna say it. I thought it was stronger.
Okay,
I think it's a close call. I don't think we can make a mistake either way, Andy. I mean, it does certainly articulate the foundation of some provisions of our town plan. And to that extent, you know, it's important to have it. And yet it is, in a sense, or at least potentially, regulation beyond which subdivision, beyond which, beyond which subdivision regulations go.
okay,
Subdivision regulations are not zoning, as we have pointed out and we'll point out again, hopefully, to the select board. And maybe I might abstain because I can't make up my mind. I see what you, and yet I feel that this is important language and expresses appropriate attention.
Aspirational,
Yeah.
Norman, I agree with that. It's aspirational, but to Andy's point, it doesn't belong here if we're providing a bylaw which has regulatory force. So let's say it out.
okay, okay.
Well said. Well said.
Thanks.
I never
This
talked-
is stuff that Act 250 would get into with a developer, but we're not developers, and I don't
Right.
think we really need, I
Oh,
agree
yeah,
with you,
it-
Amy, that we shouldn't be getting
Okay.
into this.
Okay, I think I'll call the question at this point. Everyone's ready? So the motion is to,
I will actually make a formal motion. I'll reiterate what I had as a suggestion, which will now become a formal motion. To place a period after 20% on line 548 of the latest draft of the subdivision bylaw, and remove all subsequent lines through line 571.
Yeah.
yes,
Second,
okay. Think we've had discussion? Unless someone else has something else to add to this?
No.
Okay, all those in favor of the motion, say aye.
I,
Opposed?
Hey,
Nay. Abstentions?
I thought you were gonna abstain, Norman.
somebody abstain?
No, no.
Good.
Okay,
I resign.
so the motion passed, is that right?
Yes.
the motion
Carried.
passed. So, okay, oh, we've got one more thing here to look at. In lines 589 to 591, the right to use land for agricultural purposes adjacent to any subdivision should be guaranteed through the imposition of right to farm covenants.
I would like to know what that means.
Well, I think, those are legal. I think the town has to pass those, so I'm not sure it's applicable.
I
Right to
didn't
farm
think so,
covenants.
but I did ask the question.
A covenant, yeah, I think it would be a local covenant and it'd be something that the select board or it goes to the voters.
So I will make another motion to remove lines what lines?
589.
589 through 591.
Uh, I would not, maybe, I just looked it up. Right to farm covenants, I know I heard this happened up in somewhere in Addison County. Somebody moved into a house and it was next to a horse farm or a cow farm, and they're like, it smells like manure. And it's like, yeah, you knew that when you bought the house. Business ended up going, like the farmer ended up going out of business. So I think what the language is here is saying that if there's a farm, the right to use the land for agricultural purposes adjacent to any subdivision should be guaranteed through the right to farm covenant. So if I move in next to a farm and there's a smell or something being created from that, I can't come back and say, that farmer's got a problem now. They got to close shop.
Right, who gets the covenant?
We don't enforce those.
We don't have,
We don't have them. And
and it hasn't,
The covenants are designed by private parties, not by the town.
okay, so the farm and.
The adjacent landowner, adjacent landowner.
So the
does that town have zoning?
Somewhere up north where they had
Here's the
that.
problem, again, this goes back to, we're trying to cover process to divide one large parcel into smaller parcels, and can we does this apply to what we're trying to do, or is this more, is this advisory? Because I love being able to give people information, but they look at it as everything in these documents is regulatory. They look at as everything whether it says just or not. I always get questions about if it's in there, it's because it's required. And so I don't know. Like I don't know.
the other issue, it's not an issue. The other thing is, it has not been an issue while in town. Which is both considered a farm town, but quickly becoming not one.
Not that many left.
Yeah.
We do have Act 61. I guess it was passed by the state, which protects Vermont's farms.
Okay.
So it strengthens the right to farm law.
So that's going to supersede anything we're
Right,
doing.
right.
So
Anyway, but
So
So we probably don't need these covenants.
Well, we don't
Do I
have,
a second to my motion so can actually discuss this.
we don't have covenants.
Say that again, Norm?
You said we don't need these covenants, but we don't have covenants. I'm not sure what this is doing. The more I look at it, the right to use land for agricultural purposes adjacent to any subdivision should be guaranteed. If we're going to use it at all, it should be shall be guaranteed instead of should, because should becomes fuzzy. Through the imposition of right to farm covenants.
So it's between them.
Yes.
So point of order, I did put a motion on the floor. We're having a lot of discussion, but nobody actually seconded my motion. And technically, if a second does not happen, then the motion is defeated and you don't have any discussion. And we've been
I did second it.
having discussion. Yeah, second one,
I seconded your motion.
second motion. To
Yes,
remove this thing. Okay.
I did.
Didn't hear that. Sorry. Great. I'll
and
add you to my list.
is there a way that I can set up a flag or something so you folks can see me? I hate cutting in, but I sat through the first part of it and you don't see me up here, so I don't get recognized. And so
Raise
now
your hand.
I've decided to cut in a little more.
there's a
Is there
button.
a way that I can set up a flag?
There's a button on your tool that says raise hand. That's what that's for.
I have not seen that and I've been looking for it.
On some of them and on particular, are you on an iPad, Andy?
Yes. I have
Okay,
stop video.
so on your iPad. Yep, go ahead, read them.
Stop video participants, reactions,
Reactions. Click on
share,
reactions.
record.
Click on
Oh,
reactions,
there's
Andy.
more. Hold on. Let me just see what more is. Pardon me.
Everything to look into.
Apps, audio settings, show CC,
No,
meeting
no.
settings, background, no.
Go to reactions, Andy. Go to reactions. Under reactions, you'll have another set of options and it will give you raise hand, I believe.
Ah,
There you go.
Hey, Andy?
What's your question?
I object.
Hang up, put your hand down.
Okay, there we are.
Do that.
Okay, any more discussion on this motion to remove line 589 through 591?
That's just section 1.
Section 1, paragraph 1, whatever it is, yeah.
Okay,
Wait a minute, hold on. The purpose here is that if somebody is dividing land and it is in an agricultural area,
mhm,
that we do not want to promote the adverse impact on farming, correct?
in so many words, yep.
And if we remove that, then we, in a sense, implicitly license that
No,
behavior.
No,
We turn it over to state statute, which already guarantees them that right.
Okay. So what about just saying the right to use land for agricultural purposes adjacent to any subdivision shall be guaranteed by section so-and-so?
But it already is.
Huh?
It already is.
Yeah, but we refer throughout to other portions of the state law, and if
Right, but I agree, but the state law that specifically applies to the subdivision process.
yes,
This is a very, very low frequency, low probability scenario.
Madam Chair, I would respectfully request that we call the question.
He's got his hand up.
Oh, sorry, Andy's got his hand up.
I do. I believe we should delete section 2 also, lines 593 through 598. When you read that, we have absolutely no reason to be impact on prime agricultural fields. We're saying building sites should be designated to minimize impact on prime agricultural fields. But we're not setting up building sites, we're setting up subdivisions.
So Andy, if you make a motion after we act on the question that I just asked to call, I'll be happy to second that.
Yeah, well, okay, let's do that then.
Okay, thanks. Madam Chair?
Any further discussion? Okay, we've got a motion on the floor to delete lines 589 through 591.
Yep.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
aye.
Any abstentions?
Okay, is there another motion in the works here?
Yeah, I'll move to delete lines 593 through 598.
I'll second it.
Okay, any discussion? Okay, all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
Aye.
Same. Okay.
Did you get Demetrio? He abstained.
Okay, sorry.
Who abstained?
Demetrio.
Okay, and what about number 3?
Well, we gotta do something because now section 5 doesn't make sense. Like the last sentence doesn't make sense. You go back to the last. For those 3 fell under, we gotta rewrite that last sentence then.
You mean number 3?
Yes, and number
600
3,
through 602?
Yeah,
what we
Let's delete
could
that
do,
also.
what we could do is to say up in lines 586 and 587, the following guideline should be used in subdivision design, and then that 3 becomes 1. Boundaries of subdivision lots should follow existing natural divisions, such as fence lines, streams, to minimize the fragmentation of tillable fields or pastures. We could do that.
I think we could just have boundaries of subdivision lots should follow existing natural divisions such as fence lines and streams, and end it there. Because we've already talked about prime ag soils.
Yeah,
So could we go back to section 5 and get rid of the last sentence, the following guidelines, and just put in what Andy just said as the last sentence? And that's where the whole thing ends?
okay, yeah,
What's, is that 585?
Putting it as 6 or the last sentence?
No, it'd be the last sentence of 5.
Okay.
So the last sentence says the following guidelines should be used, and so that's gone.
Yep.
And then 1 and 2 are gone, and then 3 becomes the last sentence of 5, ending in streams.
okay.
And
I'll make that motion.
I'm sorry, what did you say, Bill? I missed the last part.
Make,
Part 3.
make number 3, the last sentence of, Roman numeral 5.
Right.
But stop at stream.
Stops at streams.
Okay, that's what I didn't hear.
Okay. So there's a motion on the floor. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second,
Okay, Sherman, got in there first, I guess. Any discussion? All those in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Abstain?
Oh, yeah, I didn't say I when it came around. I was still caught up in 2 because with 2, it does say adherence to appropriate provisions of section 6. And I just reading through part 6, they do have in C on line 363, building envelopes proposed or existing. So the subdivision plot requirements do have building envelopes that are proposed or existing. So and that's where it does tie in. I was just trying to think if that does have any effect on it. That's all.
I think the general consensus is that we've gone too far.
Yeah.
And maybe
But if that's taken out, it's irrelevant.
Yeah, all right then, yeah.
Because building envelopes is just a definition on 363 and it's used elsewhere.
Okay.
okay. Let's, does someone want to make a motion to approve these final changes?
There's one more change.
Oh, no.
396, we have to replace walkways.
I got that.
Oh, you already took that out? Okay.
I got it. Yeah.
All right.
Thank you. Yep, I went back and got it.
Yeah,
During discussion, I went back and found
All
it.
right.
Okay, I will make a motion to forward these on to the current bylaw. The draft subdivision bylaw to the select board for its
No.
action.
no,
What are we doing?
Concerning.
Okay. So I will make a motion to forward the town of Rutland subdivision bylaw draft to the town attorney, Kevin Brown, for his review.
With tonight's,
right,
Changes.
as of January 8th.
As of January 8th and with the input of tonight's meeting.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Okay, all those in favor of sending
Aye.
these along? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain? Okay. Excellent. We finally did it. How many years have we been working on these?
Wait, why did you get it done? I thought I wanted to keep working on it.
We will be, don't worry.
yeah.
I'm gonna get the pumps back, Kevin, at some point.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll take less time than the last set that you and I normally worked on.
But think of how long it took us to
Expedited.
respond to,
Expedited request.
but he did.
Okay, couple other things. Part Pocket Park update. The T-Mobile application went in on the 31st. Thank you, everyone that helped out with that.
I think that actually went really well because many hands make light work and people could get on it and do it when they had time.
Yep.
And Mary
Yeah.
Beth sent me a thing. She's like, hey, I got done with this here if you want to take a look. It's like, all right, perfect. So I think that did make it a lot easier for us to get it done instead of trying to figure it out here at the meeting and all of that stuff. So
Yep.
I think we have future things like that. Maybe we could still continue to do that.
Break it down and.
Yeah.
Yep.
And did that work for you, the Google Doc share?
Yeah, because I ended up sharing the doc. I ended up sharing one. Yeah, I ended up asked Mary Beth for it. And I was like, "Can you?" And I was like, "Oh shit, I'm the one that shared it with her." And then she sent it to me to edit, and to my other email address. And it's like that's why I didn't have the. Yeah, no biggie.
Okay, there's a copy of the application on Dana's desk there, next to the
This one? Is
the Act 250 application study.
And is this, Bill, is this mine, this big one?
It is one copy,
That is
the
the
one
only
copy we have for this group.
You can have it, but you're gonna have to share it, because it's 87 pages long.
Yeah, I know. I wasn't gonna print 87 pages.
Right.
No, it's a fairly easy read, so I think you can just read it from your laptops before
Yeah.
the next meeting with David Drake.
Just read it from, not print it down.
Yeah. Yeah, and if you need to refer to it, look at this.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
there's the application. It does not have the budget. It doesn't have the things that were uploaded during the application process, the budget, the timeline, and then the big project proposal.
Yeah.
So if you want to see those, just contact Bill. I'm sure he can send you those. But thank you again. So the next thing for the Pocket Park is, we're looking toward construction beginning in the spring. But between now and then, we're going to be working on some of the content for the signs. And I'd like to get the indigenous tribes in first, talk about that. So I think David Drake is going to talk quite a while about the Super Walmart on our next meeting, the 29th. So that puts us into our March meeting, I think, and we'll see how many tribes we can get to join us online that night and just get some guidance from them of what they think belongs in the signs. And there may be some comments. They may have some asks about what goes where in the park.
What meeting is this for? Are you expect, are you projecting?
The Pocket Park
The
for,
tribes.
yeah,
February.
for March, most
That's what I thought I
February,
heard.
February, right.
I thought I heard you say March, but
I did say March.
that's why I wanted clarification.
Yep. And so we've got, GMP has been in contact with the indigenous tribes, for the relicensing they did. We've got, there are 4 tribes that are recognized by the state, but they've been in contact with 6 of them. So I'm thinking about inviting all 6. There's several from the Abenaki. There's different bands, and there's one nation of the Abenaki. And then there's a Mohawk one, and then there's a Stockbridge Munsee Mohican one. So that's the plan there.
So that's still gonna be March.
Oh, February, I'm sorry.
February 19th.
Thank you, February 19th. 2 meetings from now. Moving down to announcements. I don't have much from the select board. But I just want to let everyone know I've retired from the Rutland Regional Planning Commission, and Logan is no longer there either. So we'll have to, whatever questions we have for the subdivision bylaw, we'll need to get from the town attorney or hear from the select board or the public meeting that they need to hold in regards to this.
That's right, after we get Kevin's input and make any changes, then we have to have public hearings, don't we?
I think we don't, we submit it to the select board. I'll double check that. And then they have a public meeting, at least one. I'll double check that though. I think it's different from like the town plan and some other things.
Okay.
And then we've got the Walmart application. I think that is the bulk of what they'll be presenting to us. And asking for us to say whether it conforms with the town plan.
How many pages did you say it was?
Almost
87.
90.
Yeah. The page numbers are funky, so as you go through them. There's 2 page 35s and stuff after that.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Yeah, I looked at it, the fact that it was long, and I sent Bill an email saying, I'll need a printout.
I skimmed part of it.
Is that why our taxes are gonna update it?
Yeah, because I'm asking for all kinds of stuff. I was,
Yeah.
the paper and ink, no. Well, I figured we had a sufficient enough budget to get my copy. Cause I can't read a document over 10 pages on 5 pages.
It's all yours.
Well, that's fine.
That's just 9/10 of the law.
There we go. All right, still my desk.
That's not what we agreed to. Okay, any other announcements?
Happy to mark it up and give it to anybody who wants.
Okay, let's do the minutes of December 4th.
Motion to approve the minutes of December 4th.
Is there a second?
Second,
Okay, any discussion?
Nice job, Bill.
Okay. All those in favor of approving the minutes of December? Say aye.
All right.
Aye,
Aye.
Aye.
I abstain, I wasn't here.
okay. Any opposition? And one abstention, Sherman. Okay, great,
Motion to adjourn.
yeah. It's in order.
All right.
Thank you for logging through the last draft. I think I heard a motion to adjourn.
I did.
Yeah, I did.
That was
Okay.
me.
Okay,